I have no stable connection. That's what's going on. Okay, well, upload and all that stuff. Man, I seriously have what? Well, this is in the tower bait. Oh. Yeah, that's right. It doesn't integrate the. Why did they give me an error about that then? That's crazy. Oh wait, is this 2.2 point? Oh, that's right. It won't do. 2 point is not a script that inherits from I. Yeah. It doesn't have the logic in it for that stuff. Yeah, that's great. Let's just not have the logic in there and wonder why it's not working. Public override override save game. Okay, so it now has the functionality for the actual subscribing to the function, and it will actually call it when we want it to now. Man, I don't know. This makes no sense to me sometimes. Of course, it helped what was fully awake and all kinds of other stuff. Because we got this in the tower base. That makes sense. Because like, well, I always say I like oh the inheritance. I don't really like, and that's what we're using for our tower. And the reason why is later on we want to use inheritance because of our UI system. When we do upgrades and stuff, we want to be able to get descriptions and stuff like that for our uh, tower save. Then we can put our own logic and stuff like that on it for, like tower, get component, transform.find, all that stuff. Yeah, we'll have other stuff. So in our save logic, it didn't do anything before because I was a goofball. And let's see if my connection stays. We will hit game.save, save to the serializer, and when we load, it should do nothing because the game data has nothing. So that works as intended. Well, we'll put tower.1 in there, and it doesn't matter that we instantiated it that way. We can keep hitting save, and now we can delete this easily since we have data, and we should only have one tower now. Okay, bam, come on, come on. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It's not gonna instantiate something now. It's killing me. Should work now. 2 point. Wait, what's the tower I keep picking on? 2 point. Okay. Well, where's my XML file now? That's kind of ridiculous. Come on. XML, let's open you up in good old Notepad. You have no data in you. Why is that? You should be. You should be. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I know why I got no data. Because our saving system that we have for the buttons, this save, starts a coroutine, and it takes X amount of seconds. It yields. Let's just, no, not that, not 0.5 seconds. That's dumb. Yeah. Okay. We will do 1 second, or one and a half second, which we should probably do some base value of like waiting for so many seconds, blah blah blah, so that it can do all its stuff that it needs. Now we're in the game world. Okay, save. Nothing, because we don't have a prefab in there. So we got this. This has 2 point. Let's do that. And let's do that. Okay. Now, because the way we constructed it, save in 23. Save. Okay. So we've got some save data. So let's exit out of this. We should only have 3 towers when we reload the level. And we've got 2. Okay. Okay. Maybe it is the -1. Maybe I do have to go the full length on that one. That's fine. I'm cool with that. I'm cool. You know, people can be wrong. You know, sue me. You know, but most of the time when you do arrays and stuff like that, it'll give you issues for the last one. Because when you iterate through something, it doesn't recognize the first one is 0. It just goes straight to 1, which is kind of dumb. So we have this. We'll load up, and we still have 2. Okay, which is fine. I mean, here's... Okay, now we should have 5 when we load up again. We'll do our saving. And I got another tutorial on showing you how to save that kind of stuff. So there's our save. Now we got 5 of them in there, and we should only have 5 when we get back into the game. Bam, 5 of them. Now save, okay. And we still will only have 5 of them. Okay, every single time we come in the game, we'll have 5 of them. Okay, sweet. There's the save game system already integrated. All right, that's cool. We just find objects of type and, you know, iterate through them, which is, it's kind of a fast procedure, and it's kind of slow too. But it's going from the tower base and calling your save game data. So, you know, it's kind of one of those things. Hey, guess what? It doesn't matter, but in the other words, it kind of does. So, basically, our tower base is calling our save system to save the savage data, and you know, it saves the tower type. We're indirectly just adding it to the list and then telling the serializer to do its job. So when we go to save, we've got a static class that just saves the list, which is no big deal, right? Just a list of towers with their, well, the data for the towers to be instantiated. And we can have this tower right here. It's a 2-point system. So, you know, all you'd have to do is move it to a script that you like. I mean, this is a cannon, which, you know, probably is going to be stationary. It's only got one thing that moves. So I should probably call it like 1 point, or a single point, then 2 point, And then like if you have something that has like 3 points that has to move around and stuff, dude, you're out of your ball game. Cause I mean, you just have to keep extending this idea. Once you figure out how this works, then you could figure out how to do it like everything else. Because if you don't realize this right here, this code could be used for a first person shooter game. Okay? Because if you imagine, okay, our camera guy right here, him as a character, well, guess what? You can use late update to move the guy's hand up and down and use the whole character for the rotation side to side. So you can have him turn and like turn really quick and just shoot you in the head or something. Yeah, that works. You know, and the logic for moving side to side and stuff, to go side to side, you have to go and take your character's rotation into the animator and animate in a certain. It it's very difficult to do, and it's not a tutorial that I would really want to do because it would be explaining the rotational values versus direction for feeding it into the character animator so that the NPCs will do it. And then you also got to tell the NPCs navigational system, hey, don't do this. Or you could easily just make him a child and then have the animator like with non-root motion, like do the turning and stuff. It's really weird and complicated, but yeah, you could definitely use this code to make your character arm go up and down. But instead of update right here where this is, and I'm big in this, I'm sorry if you is take this and go instead of update, you do late update. Okay? Because late update runs after the animator and after a lot of stuff. So you can keep yourself relatively in check with it. Okay, so I think I'm going to give myself a break or something because this has been some weird, like, I don't know, Sunday. I need to go get my brain functioning. My brain. But, oh, yeah. Here's the thing that I don't like is I am making a temporary array, then finding objects, and then looping through them, and then starting a coroutine. Which this value, I should make its. Oh yeah, I could make it relatively easy. Do an IEnumeration thing. The yield return null if my I is not equal to the length. Well, here's what you do. In your save code, you'll have this. This is an array and it's got a count. Well, in the array, you make your min, and then like later on you'll make your max, and your max will be equal to your temp dot length, okay, and then your minimal you always probably write it out to 0, and then you'll feed some type of count into it, and then you'll have your bar go across for what how far it is, and then in this part right here you feed like some global count or whatnot. I don't know, but I'll have to think about it. But there's a way to yield it, or just make this a complete coroutine. I mean, well, I don't think. I don't think you can make a coroutine, make a button on the screen a coroutine. I think it has to be a public void. Actually, let's check that out before we I cut off public, and let's see if we can make this IEnumeration a button. Because I've been thinking about that myself. Can we make this a button? Because it's kind of dumb that I gotta make a function just to call a button. Okay, and we got this load level, and we've got messword stop code. Yeah, we can stop all coroutine. Where's the start coroutine? We got a stopping function, but we don't have a start coroutine. Well, that's kind of dumb. Save game. Okay. Well, that's kind of dumb, isn't it? Well, regardless, I guess that um, function, game object, static, transform, camera, flare, message, audio listener. Yeah, you can't. You can't do that. That stinks, guys. I mean, it does. It stinks. But it is cool that you could do a stop coroutine, so you can make sure he doesn't do certain things sometimes. But you can't do it. Bummer. And coroutines can't be voids. I know that. Yeah, I'm pretty positive on that. Public void. Yeah, it's not a void because it's an IEnumerator. Yeah, that's kind of dumb. You can't start an enumeration. Makes me sad. But let's get this off public. It doesn't have to be that stuff. But we could fix that issue with a different kind of method. But oh well, can't have it all the time. Yeah, it's starting to get hot. Ugh. But yeah, I guess that's our little tower defense videos for today. I covered how to get towers to move up and down. I fixed the saving system. I mean it works as it's supposed to, so it's not you know it's not exactly probably the way that I want, but you do have towers that will save in a specific location. So if you go on my YouTube channel and you see all the tower code that's for towers and things, you can take what you've learned here and take it to those videos as well and like combine them both. And I wouldn't mind seeing what people come up with as in code wise, because my other tutorial, my latest ones, does placement. This one does saving. And my other tutorial also dealt with shooting, which shooting is nothing. And the last version of it, I think, will be pathfinding, which in our case, pathfinding, I don't see. That is pretty easy to do. And there's plenty of tutorials out there for pathfinding for, like a tower defense game. But there isn't much in the way of saving and loading a game, So that part of it I might not do just because, well, the saving and loading I've pretty much done, and the making of towers and the placement of it I've done, but the actual game over and like the NPCs, I don't think I'm going to do those because there's too many of them out there for pathfinding. So it's kind of ridiculous to do it unless I put some type of my damage code in where the towers can get damaged by the enemy, which wouldn't make it tower defense, would it? I don't think it would. It would make it more RTS than anything, but the whole point of it is I don't know what I'll do with this package now because a lot of it is already done now. So, and the other stuff that you might want is, out there pretty heavily. So, but this stuff I felt the need to make because of it, you know, it's not out there. Well, it's out there, but it contains different things. Now, the thing that I might do later on, and this is something that I'm thinking about, is in our game, I'm thinking about making this completely dynamic. Have these um, resources have no scripts on them whatsoever, no scripting, and then dynamically just go, hey, this is the tower, this is this, blah blah blah. Do switch statements and dynamically do that because um what yeah I probably will because um in XML we may make a tower function where you guys can make your own towers. So anything that's in the resources folder, we could probably make it where the functionality for it, the values, get created at XML. We load up the data from the XML class, and there you go. And the tower, the behaviors, like how much it shoots, how much it does that, and we might find us a way where we can make more towers. I can't import the models at runtime, the because there's limitations because you have to have them compile with the game. But you know, the 2D version we might. But I'll think about some other functionality that you guys may need. But I think there's enough in my YouTube and this to make yourself a really good game for tower defense. So the rest of it's probably going to be on my first person shooter stuff. So, I guess it all depends on if there's enough of you guys that have issues that will try to fix it or whatnot. But take care, guys, and peace. And I'll see you probably in a couple hours or maybe more or something for another stream. So take care. Bye bye.